Okay, this is Charlottetown, part 2. We're going to start at measure 77 on page 7. We're going to look at the end of this song, and guess what? You know most of this already. So we're just going to put these parts and the pieces together and finish this song up. Yeah. All right. So we're starting measure 77. This feels exactly like what you've done before. Sounds like this. Charlottetown's burning down, goodbye, goodbye, burning down to the ground, goodbye, Liza Jane. And that goodbye, Liza Jane is again mi, do, re, so, do. Do measure 77 with me. Ready? Nice big prep breath. Charlottetown's burning down, goodbye, goodbye, burning down to the ground, goodbye, Liza Jane. Good. Now that's forte. We're just going to be nice and big on that moment, okay? Look at the top of page 8. You have one new thing happening here. Measure 85. Notice this new melody right here. It goes like this. Oh, Eliza, the little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza. Can you do that with me? Top of page 8, measure 84. 1, 2, ready? Oh, Eliza, the little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza. Do that one more time, measure 85. 1, 2, ready? Oh, Eliza, the little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza. Now, if you continue on from right there, goodbye, Liza Jane. Do that with me at measure 92 and 93. Goodbye, Liza Jane. 1, 2, ready? Goodbye, Liza Jane. Now, notice in measure 91 that there's an MP. That stands for mezzo piano. So when you get to measure 91, and really for you, when you're holding that Liza in measure 91, you go to soft, medium soft, and then you're going to gradually crescendo. Goodbye, Liza Jane, Liza Jane. And that was to the end of the page there. So there's some cool crescendos and dynamic markings here that we want to be aware of from measure 91 to the end of the song. So take your pencil. Remember, you can always pause the video to take your pencil out. And circle MP, mezzo piano, at measure 91. At the end of that line, you have an arrow. I want you to circle that arrow. And you notice there's a comma right after the arrow. That means you're going to take a breath right there. Now look at the bottom of page 8. And when you are singing the word Jane, you're at a forte. And then you end the song floating down the river on the Ohio. And that Ohio, you have the little arrows. That means accent those. Ohio. Okay? So we're going to start page 8. We're going to just run page 8 3 times, top to bottom with me. I'm actually going to do it on the piano. Excuse me. Just to make sure that we've got all of this locked in. So here we go, page 8. My bench got stuck underneath my piano because I moved my piano closer to the camera. Oops. All right, starting page 8, oh, Eliza, right there. 1, 2, ready. Oh, Eliza, the little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, goodbye, Liza Jane, Liza Jane. Do that last floating down the river on the Ohio. It goes like this. Ready? Listen first. Floating down the river on the Ohio. Remember, you're going to have to use your articulators for this. Do that again. Floating down the river on the Ohio. 1, 2, ready, and floating down the river on the Ohio. Good. Can you go back to Liza Jane? So look right up there on the middle of page 8. Towards the end where you circled that crescendo with that breath mark, Liza Jane, and you're crescendoing into a forte right there. So we're going to start with Liza, and we're going to go to the end of the song. 1, 2, ready, and Liza Jane, floating down the river on the Ohio. Start at the top of page 8. Oh, 1, 2, ready. Oh, Eliza, that little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Liza Jane. Floating down the river on the Ohio. Yeah, do that one more time. Oh, 1, 2, ready. Oh, Eliza, that little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Liza Jane. Floating down the river on the Ohio. And I actually don't like the breath mark after Liza with that crescendo. Liza. I don't know why your part would have a breath mark. So this is the middle of page 8, second system. Liza, you do a crescendo. Get rid of that breath mark right there. That's that comma. Cool. Will you go back to Charlottetown's Burning Down? Measure 77. Nice prep breath. Make it nice and tall and wide all the way around the middle. 1, 2, ready. Charlottetown's burning down. Goodbye, goodbye. Burning down to the ground. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, that little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Liza Jane. Floating down the river on the Ohio. Good, do that one more time. Ready, Charlottetown's. 1. Measure 77. Page 7. Take a breath. Here we go. Ready? You ready? Are you sure you're ready? Yeah, you're ready. You got this. You got this. Ready? 1, 2, ready. Charlottetown's burning down. Goodbye, goodbye. Burning down to the ground. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, that little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza. Goodbye, Liza Jane. Liza Jane. Floating down the river on the Ohio. Yes. Okay. Now, will you go back to page 6? Measure 61. Now, underneath the part 1 that sings Ain't You Mighty Sorry, you have something different there. But guess what? It's the same as the top of page 8. So you already learned it. We're in a different key, but that's okay. I'll play it on the piano for you. You already know this. So let's go ahead from measure 61. Eliza, the little Liza Jane. You know that part, measure 61. 1, 2, ready, and oh, Eliza, the little Liza Jane. Good. Now what I'd like you to do is take your pencil because there's some definite dynamic markings on this page. So if you're starting at measure 61, oh, Eliza, when you start that little Liza Jane, that's piano, soft. Circle that. And go to the bottom of page 6. And when you start singing, oh, Eliza, that's forte loud. Then when you sing, goodbye, Liza, that's piano soft. And then on Jane, you actually go pianissimo, which is even softer. Now also be aware of measure 68. I want you to circle measure 68. You have a whole note there. So you actually sing, goodbye, Liza Jane. You have to hold through that before you land on Jane. So take that measure to decrescendo into that pianissimo. So I'm going to show you what measure 61 sounds like, page 6, all the way through with the dynamic levels. I just want you watching your music and listening. Oh, Eliza, Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, goodbye, Liza Jane. Did you hear that? All those dynamic differences? Do that again. Do that with me. Okay, ready? 1, 2, ready. Oh, Eliza, Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, goodbye, Liza Jane. Yes. Do that one more time. Ready? 1, 2, ready. Oh, Eliza, Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, goodbye, Liza Jane. And you're holding Jane for 4 counts. Jane. And let's do a decrescendo right there. Out almost to nothing. So you're already a pianissimo, 2 Ps, you're going to go to 4 Ps. Jane. Excellent. Can you go from measure 53, there's a gal in Baltimore, to Liza Jane, what we just did? There's a gal, bottom of page 5, measure 53. 1, 2, ready. There's a gal in Baltimore, goodbye, goodbye. Silver don't plate on her door, goodbye, Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, goodbye, Liza Jane. Do that one more time. Ready? There's a gal, bottom of page 5. 1, 2, ready. There's a gal in Baltimore, goodbye, goodbye. Silver don't plate on her door, goodbye, Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, goodbye, Liza Jane. There you go. You know the entire song. So you could actually go to the page where these videos are located, and you'll have part 1 and part 2 audio tracks. So that's somebody singing your specific part. That's actually the next step in our rehearsal that we're gonna do. So you can get a heads up on that and get yourself super comfortable with all of this. But I just wanna tell you, you are rocking it right now, okay? Stay safe, hang in there.